Welcome back to IT Performance, and today I will start trying to pull this thing apart so I can figure out how it's all going to fit together. So the best way to pull it apart, to start at least, is with these six screws on the back. And I've already loosened them, and they're just thumb screws. Now, fair warning, when you take these side panels off, they basically just fall out. Like that. So apart from these flaps on the back and at the side, the case is all metal. And these rubber grommets, of course. Now I'm keeping the protective layer on for the moment so that I don't have to worry about placing them down on top of each other like that as much. How does this front bit come off is the question, and it looks as though can't see any screws holding it on. No screws in the front here. So it looks like a bit of a handhold down here. You pull it and hope it doesn't break. And that's the front off. That's how you get the front off, just pull it. And then of course we'll just, okay, and then to get the actual glass off, if you want to take the glass off, there are little screws in the back here. 4 of them to take the actual glass off. Okay, so there's actually quite a large area in the back between the glass and where the radiator would go. So let's put that down somewhere out of the way. Okay, so that don't come out. So, okay, so wanting to get these out, they are held in by some thumb screws. Just undo, they're a little bit, the actual thread is a little bit shorter than the ones holding in the sides and the back. Let's see how that comes out. Okay, so they will not come through the side. By the looks of it, the only way to get them out is through the front. So you need to sort out, if you need both of these in here before you start putting things in the front. Might be easier just to leave them in. And see how things go, because once you start to get the reservoir and stuff built up in here, you won't be able to get these out. Now, of course, the actual hard drive caddies, in here you get one 3.5 inch drive fills up the whole caddy, and a 2.5 inch doesn't quite fill up the caddy, but you can't have two in there at once, unfortunately. But they're easily removed. Routing the cables will come in through the ends. So if you want to be able to remove drives with them right next to each other, I suppose there's a reasonable amount of room there, but not for somebody with big hands. That could get difficult, such as myself. It might be easier to bring the cables around the back. We shall see. Okay, so that's the hard drive caddies removed. The cabling for the wiring for the front goes through this big hole here. So that, and at the moment goes down that side and across there. Now obviously we can reroute that down whichever side we want, depending on where we need things to go. And you could also just split with the sides that they go down, although most motherboards will have power, etc. switches down here. Okay, I'll be wanting to take out that thing, and we'll get that caddy for the, well, that's not a caddy, but there is some bracketing around here on this one here. We'll take that off shortly. Okay, so this fan, get these out of the way. Starting to get lighter as you take more things out. So there's 4 screws. Normal types of screws for holding in fans. So that's the fan. There's also a tray in here that goes under the motherboard. Now let's have a look at that. How do we get that out? We unscrew that and then slide it. No, don't just unscrew that. By the looks of it, we have to unscrew this. Now do we slide it? Oh, that, oh, help. That takes the whole bloody thing off. That helps. That takes that whole, what? It's even more than I thought. Ah, Okay, so that means that whole tray can now slide forward, does it? Okay, one more screw at the back here, little. And look at that, the whole motherboard comes out, motherboard tray. So that's going to be very handy for getting your initial motherboard mounting set up. Can just bung it on there, get everything tight. Now on the bottom here is another tray where you can store some more, another set of hard drives. That just clips in and out, and then this screws off with a couple of finger screws, and you need a screwdriver to actually get them started. Or completely off. Okay, so that bracket comes off if you don't need it, but you may also be handy for, depending on how you're mounting stuff to the bottom of the motherboard. Okay, so this bracket here is fixed. No, it's not. There are thumb screws here. Which of course removes that's what your power supply sits on when it's on this side. More thumb screws. This bracket comes off here for mounting extra fans or radiators in the bottom. Luckily, all these thumb screws are the same size. So, well, for the main part. Okay. Slide sideways and out. Okay, so you can even take that off if you so desire. You may as well leave that on. Okay, now these thumb screws, which are also the same size, and also require some unscrewing with a screwdriver, take off the grill on the back side. On the back side of the case. So that is where another fan can potentially be screwed onto, and that can go on this side, and the power supply can be shifted over to this side. Now this plate looks like it can also come out. Like a jigsaw puzzle. This plate can also slide out if you want to undo it. Now, you won't be able to, so that you can get cables coming through here to the hard drives. I'm not sure exactly why that can't get flipped around, or why they wouldn't make that modular even though you can take it out. So if you put your power supply over this side, hard drives and everything over this side, and once the motherboard tray is back in, doesn't really make too much of a difference. Now, what else was I going to, did I see? Okay, so in the bottom here is some more filtering material to help keep the dust out, but it stops here, and there's some more grills here that aren't filtered, but I suppose you're only really going to be pulling it in underneath the fan, the power supply, or you'd mount your bottom radiators over it down here. And that is essentially, because these come off. And there is your fully stripped down case. The only plastic bits on it are the hard drive caddies and some of the clips that go around some of the handholds that go around the glass, and this bit at the front. Okay, and there you go, a completely stripped down case. Not completely stripped down, I haven't taken the PCI protectors off the back. I haven't taken all this stuff off, but hey, it's what you'd need to do, or don't have to do, go this far, but what you can do before you start building. I will put all this in a box and then start figuring out where I'm going to put my water cooling stuff. Okay. I will see you later. Hope I don't lose something. That'd be bad. And welcome back. It's a bit of